demarcation time. What'd you say? Hey, I am older. This is Sean Allen. I'm taking a number 2. I'm going straight back. I'm just showing you the steps real quick. What I did was take a number 1. Then I took my Babyliss clippers and went under that number 1. And what y'all seeing right now is basically doing the same technique all the way around the head. That's how I like to temp fade. I like to do one step, then go to all the way around. What I'm doing right now is taking that first demarcation line out. Next, I'm taking the O guard and working that second demarcation line. And you see I'm doing the same steps all the way around the head. Same exact step, taking that O guard. But what I'm doing is being careful because his hair pattern is different. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking my masters, which is a 1.5 guard, and I'm blending that next demarcation line out. So what I did was I went up from guard to guard, and then I go right back down. What I'm doing, I'm just using my wrist with that 1.5 to get that line out, but I'm not going too high because I want to keep the temp fade at a certain level. And as you can see on this side, I'm turning in my clippers sideways because as you can see, his hair pattern grows many different ways. Now I'm taking a number 1, which is lower than a 1.5, and I'm just blending right now. So like I said before, how I temp fade is I start low, then I go up to the level where I want to stop, and then I come right back down. Look at it like stairs. You go up the stairs, then you come back down just to make sure you didn't miss anything on the stairs, if that makes any sense to you. All right, now the next step is taking the guard completely off the clippers and just flicking that line, all them little dark spots. You see, that's why I zoomed in close, because I want you to see what I'm doing. Once again, I'm temp fading all around the head, doing the same exact steps. The reason why I do that is I want my temp fade to look exactly the same all around his head, because a lot of times, sometimes you can do a good temp fade on one side and mess up on the whole other side because you forgot your steps and exactly what you did. So that's why I do that. So now I'm taking that number 1 guard with my Cordless 5-star seniors, which are beast mode. Really like these clippers. And I'm going with the grain because he said he wanted to start his waves back again. But what I'm doing is I'm cutting certain areas. I know it seems like I'm cutting all over the head, but I'm not. Certain areas I'm cutting, which is all the dark areas, because he have light spots all around his head. So all the dark areas I'm cutting to blend with the light areas. So a lot of times when you're doing a cut like this, you must look at the hair pattern all the way around the head to see exactly what you got to cut and what you have to leave. Because the whole step is making sure that every single piece of hair all around his head looks exactly the same. So I step back and I'm looking, all right, I know I gotta work on that part. Like I said before, I'm not cutting everything. I am just fading in a different way, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm blending. So just like I do a fade, I somewhat fade all the way around the head, blending all the way around the head. Now, the next step is after I done did all the blending, now I'm lining up with my Andy's T outliners. And I'm being very careful. Because his hair is very sensitive, so you have to really watch what you're doing. You can't just cut real fast with his hair texture. Now it's time for the C effect. Just flicking it until I get the desired C effect that I like. Now I'm lining around his ear, and it is a strategy to line up around the ear. You have to use the edges of the T outliners. It's very important to get T outliners rather than the other type of clippers, because that's how you get around the ear. And finally finished. I temped it out, blended everything, add a little hair fibers just to give it a little extra pop. And there you go, a temp fade, wavelength, all even haircut. Once again, this is Sean Allen. Hit that subscribe button for me, and I'm out. Peace.